So this is your energy update from Marie Coverley reporting from Cape Town. Lots of things going on, is there not? I don't even need the eclipse new moon to come into this vibe because it's just too much to share. I shan't lie, this is my second attempt to this video because the last one was about 5 million hours long because there was so much to talk about. And I was like, ain't no one got time for that. So anyway, here I am, take two, because I'm just going to streamline it a little bit, okay? So tomorrow, we have the new moon eclipse. Okay, so eclipses, what are they all about? So, well, they are all about sudden changes, like end of cycles, propulsion into brand new beginnings. Sometimes can be traumatic, sometimes not. Depends on where you're at. But bottom line is, it's just like another surge, another propulsion into that next level vibing. You know, it's like if you've got work to do and you've still got some stuff that's untended to, then you're going to find it a little bit traumatic. But it's all good because everything always ends up all good. And if you kind of like have been to your spiritual gym and you've, you worked your abs and you've stretched your hamstrings, you're going to be okay, right? Now, for me, when these energy portals come along, I am always grab my surfboard, let's go. Sometimes I knock my teeth out by surfing, but you know what? Surf's up, I go anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it just depends on how you roll. So tomorrow, well, today/tomorrow, big energies, massive energies coming in because we're moving into the eclipse now, eclipse season. So now I'm a week away or a few days away from going to Egypt, which I am so excited about. I have more altars burning in this household right now than Merlin could shake a stick at or a staff at, because like it's just like it's like a witch's kind of like, you know, a witch's den here. I mean, it's awesome. So much magic in the house. So excited for next week and how much magic we're going to be vibing with. So I'll be sharing all of that with you in various different places. I will give you a heads up because I'm going to be sharing some in YouTube and of course on Instagram. But most importantly, I have now opened my circle community, which is it's all for us starseeds, man, to just find each other, you know? And it's like, just go in there and I've got quite a few videos in there. And I talk about different subject matters in there. So it's going to be, well, it is really cool. Not it's going to be. If you get there, it's going to be cool. And there's meditations and there's even a Heka masterclass, free masterclass in there, and the manifestation project. Just a couple of things I put in there for you to mess around with and vibe with and feel out, you know? So I do invite you there. So if you go into the link in this write-up, you will be able to get to your link invitation and then pop yourself through there. So I'll be doing a lot of the Egypt transmissions, as it were, in circle. So be sure to come and join us in there because the more the merrier. And I am building community, yo. We want a place to meet, and this is it. So moving into now the energy update. So let's talk about aligning with the energies. So look, over and above what the eclipse means and all this kind of stuff, I wanted to take a little bit of a change on it today. And can we change how we receive these energies as they come in? Meaning, like, you know, amazing work and information out there. Everybody, so many powerful channels, so many amazing astrologists, and they're like, oh, be careful of this. We need to brace. Okay, because the Mercury retrograde is coming in. We need to brace because, you know, it's going to be really intense with all these energies. So we kind of have this in our energy field. How about we embrace? Do you like what I did there? Embrace it. Open, meet it there. Go and meet it in the stars. Go and meet it in the sky. Go and meet the moon, because you are the moon. You are the stars. You are a powerful ascended master walking. Okay, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be listening to this video, but you are. And where we are right now is gone are the days of kind of like figuring out dark nights of the soul. Some of us are still going through that, but like it's kind of last season now because we're also sick of that. But now we're kind of like, right, we're going to know our encodements. We're going to know who we are. We're going to know why we've come here and what we're working with. And there's a slow kind of like moving into the truth of who we are. We're starting to really, really embody that now. So with that, we have to start working with these energies differently. Have a bit of a game plan. And I'm not talking about going out and doing a full moon ritual. I mean, you can do that. I suppose that's meeting it halfway. But I'm talking about more day-to-day stuff, like just being the emanating portal of power that you are. And it's about your inner reality. It's about your inner narrative. The conversation that goes in and like, oh God. I mean, when somebody says new full moon's coming, what do we all do? Oh my God, really? Shit, okay. Rather than like going, right, okay, new moon is coming or full moon is coming. You know what I mean? I'm gonna really activate those inner codes that I've got, and I'm gonna just shine bright like a diamond. Let's face it. Did you see the Egyptians going, oh my God, it's a full moon tomorrow. Shit. No, they were just like, right, okay, they were the moon. You know what I mean? So I do really feel that we will have a different experience if we start understanding that we really, truly are these powerful masters that we speak of, but we need to know it. And I think when you know it, then what will happen is your encodements will start to unlock. You'll start to know who you are because you're acknowledging it rather than your pain and that version of you, because that's just a version done. And if you start acknowledging it, then you're going to entertain and interact and receive these energies that come in cycles, portals, moons, or whatever in a lot more powerful way. So it's almost being conscious of what you're about to receive in a very positive manner, knowing your power that you can indeed harness these energies and frequencies coming in and within you. And I think if you do that, that makes a very, very different experience, So now I'm going to dive in. 4 days ago, moving fast, guys. 4 days ago, there was massive heart activation. Some of you may have felt it. That day, I spoke to many who said they were very, very emotional. I did an opening prayer here at my altar, one of my altars, and just started to thank Spirit for everything. Well, I was a blubbering mess. It was like I was giving an Oscar speech. I couldn't stop snots and tears running down my lips. It was hectic and I couldn't stop crying. And I was like, this is so emotional. And then I found a photo of my husband. I don't mean to not to, but I don't usually share videos or pictures of me and my husband or just what I get up to on the weekend. I'm too busy being in service, which I need to lighten up a little bit on that. But anyway, I did this picture of me and my husband because it was a cool picture. And I was like, I need to honor him. Well, before you knew it, I'd scribed a whole page on him and me. And I was crying in the middle of the mall, typing this Instagram post. My daughter was like, what's wrong with you? It's so embarrassing. But I was just like, oh my God, the love and appreciation for my twin flame union, that I have a husband, that this and that and whatever, you know what I mean? I was like, what's going on? I know I wasn't hormonal. I know that it wasn't one of those days. It was really big heart energy. And then during that day and around that time, and she has not left since, Anna, Grandmother of Jesus, is very much one of my, on my star team council. I'm very connected to the Essenes. Many of you out there are as well. She came through with those codes. I felt her very, very strongly in and around everybody, actually. And she is all part of the divine plan, and she's compassion and she's love. She birthed the lineage for Jesus. Let's face it. She brought through Mother Mary and Joseph Arimathea so she could bring through Jesus and so on. So, she knows mother energy, and she was all around. And I really, really felt that powerful energy of Anna. And she was saying that we're being up-leveled and expanded and propelled into a new level of love. And that means compassion is now within us and all around us. Now, it's really hard sometimes not to flip the bird at somebody who's cut you up in the road. Do you know what I mean? It's really hard. Do you know what I mean? Sort of like not to get pissed off when somebody bangs you with a trolley. Love and light. Do you know what I mean? But in all seriousness, it's like, now I feel such a deep sense of peace since this heart activation has come online, because now I see the hearts of others, and I feel that was a very important upgrade that we went through a few days ago. And it was like, and I don't care whether you're a man, because this applies to you. We talk a lot about goddess, and I just want to clear it for those guys that listen. We're not excluding you. You are so in this because you've got goddess in you as well. Like we've got divine masculine in us as well. So your goddess codes, you're softening up just as much as us. You're also becoming a bit of a marshmallow in a good way. So it's for all of us, right? And she was talking about compassion is now going to allow us to see into the hearts of others, to be able to hold the space for those who have not made the shift yet. Okay, they are still stuck in the old world, fighting with each other about genders, and men have got wombs, and fighting with governments, and you know what I mean? And all of these crazy things, wars, Ukraine, whatever, they're still stuck in that, and they are desperately trying to get out of it, but they don't know where to go to. But just now, they're going to go to you. They're going to come to me, and we are going to be united, and we're going to understand ourselves, and we're going to understand our hearts and each other, and we're going to be able to see through them, because they're going to be confused, maybe a little bit difficult to work with, whatever. That was our agreement, to hold the line, to hold the timeline of New Earth, and literally lift them up and bring them over to where we're at, because eventually that's going to happen. And that is kind of like one of the phases of our starseed missions here. That's why we needed to find ourselves, because we agreed that we would basically be builders of the new earth. We're all Lyran, we're all connected to Thoth, we're all in construction. This is what we do. So this is why this massive heart activation, like now you can see through somebody's bullshit, not get triggered by them because you've expanded, and see their heart and have compassion for where they're at, which means we can now fully do our work. Because let me tell you, I'm sure we're all so tired of triggers, dark nights of the soul, blah, 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 over it, right? So now this is where we're at, okay, and why. And now moving on to, oh yes, and also as well, just to add in there, compassionate camaraderie. Basically, the end game of all of this that we're doing, we're going to be working together. To build New Earth, we have to co-create. Meaning, we got to go on missions, build things together. Do you know what I mean? And like be willing to do that without being like intimidated by one another or not very nice because they're grabbing my power or they're a bit of a bully. We can't do that. We can't create a new earth unless we have compassion for ourselves and one another. So I just wanted to chuck that in there. Now, as we go through this big expansion and we're going to this next level, what's also been very interesting with the energies, okay, which may be part of your eclipse, end of cycles, new beginnings. Usually when we have these powerful end of cycle things, a lot of shit pops up really hectically, like an inflamed abscess, and it pops. It's like it comes up super sore and super stingy, pretty not nice to go through, but it moves through very quickly. And what we're being triggered with is very, very toxic people, or just people that are just, I don't know, want to sabotage, manipulate, disrespect, dishonor. It doesn't matter about the person. I'm asking you now to kind of look beyond the personality of the person. And if you have had any interactions, I've spoken to many who have had attacks, persecutions, all the rest of it, with real people. And what that is about is there is a last soul part or two that we need to reclaim. Now, especially for you light workers, and especially for your goddesses, because there's more wounding in the dark priestess that has not been called back home and loved into alignment. There's a lot of that. And basically what's going on is we need to actually feel the energy and go, wow, that wasn't very nice. And then understand, hang on a minute, if we are mirrors, then she is me. Or he is me, whatever it might be. Their behavior and their energy that they're bringing up inside of me, that is a reflection of me. So where was I like that in a past life? Maybe that's the bit I just can't love. Maybe that's the bit that I just will not admit that was part of me. So it's a gift. It is 150% a gift. And this is a soul retrieval. This is very Isis energy, very Isis, because she's the most ultimate, most powerful soul retrieval specialist, as I call her, because she put her husband together. She did a pretty good job of that. So, because he was cut up into 14 pieces. So I'd say she's pretty good at soul retrieval, soul parts, sorry. So anyway, like when you have this, like, you know, this attack, you know, look at the energy and the frequency, because it's a gift. And it's actually a part of you, a mirror that you need to embrace and bring home. And that's just a case of going home, sitting quietly with that, acknowledging her, him, whatever, acknowledging the inner child and going, yeah, okay, and call her home, bring her home to your heart and have compassion for that person, because they're obviously, their inner child is tweaking and is not having a nice time at all, but that's their path, not yours. But that person that's delivered those codes has brought you something rather lovely, because everybody's divine, you know, everybody truly is. We're all divine. And like, you know, even though you might be acting like a bit of an arsehole, you're not really, but you've just got to deliver things because we're all mirrors, right? So that's what that is. So bring it home and really love that part of self back home, because when you do a soul retrieval, there is always a gift that comes back with that soul part. Remember that. Those that do shamanic work, I do a lot of shamanic work, and that is one of the gifts. You don't just get your soul part back, you get a gift that's attached to that broke away when it broke away. Powerful AF. So grab that person and love them and go, thank you for being an arsehole. Awesome. But you see what I'm saying? So powerful. So soul retrievals, all of this is going on because we're at the end of a cycle, because we are going into eclipse season, which is like, right, that needs to be done and you need to be up there. So take note of that and don't feel victimized when it happens, because it's actually spirit going, it's got a bow around it. So go for it. And then the final thing Not enough to be spiritual anymore. You got to get your back up off the door. Did you like that? I'm like kind of into my poetry right now, but it's true. So now if your wheels are spinning, and some of you might have just agreed to just be those powerful, like, transmitter receivers in this life and do that, because let me tell you, that is enough. And that is epic and amazing. Look at the Great Pyramid. She does pretty well. But there's many of us that have got special, well, we're all special, but like unique encodements to do something, to build something, to do something. So if you feel like your wheels are spinning and you're a bit antsy, you don't know where you're going, it's probably because it's not enough to be spiritual anymore. How are you going to step into the new earth and be seen? It's about being seen. I've been going through a lot to do with hiding. I've realized I've had to call myself on a lot of things because I've been hiding of recent. And I unveil. So you might find the same thing is going on. If you can sit and tap in now, can you feel, if you close your eyes deep down, that you've got something that you need to bring out? And maybe, just maybe, you're a little bit scared to do that. But I'm here to tell you your environment has changed. You've changed. We're all finding each other. Nothing to be scared about. There is no failure here. You're never going to fail. You never failed before, actually. But now is the time that everything that you have held so protectively inside, you've kept those encodements safe, they're now ready to be shared with the world. So with that, see, I'm even getting out of breath. There's so much to share. With that, if you feel called to work with that, okay, the Heka codes. I am firing up when I get back from Egypt, and I'm going to be full of golden codes from Egypt. So I suggest you drink from that fountain as soon as you can. I have 2 spots left, okay? I only take on 4 clients at a time because the energy is quite big with those sessions, and I have 2 spots left. And then basically we start working when I get back from Egypt, and there may be something very powerful I'm going to connect with from Egypt that you need, which is why you'll see me on that side. So if you're connecting with the Heka codes and you want to kind of go into that vibe, get onto the Linktree link. I'll put it in the write-up, and on there you will see book a Zoom call or whatever. I suggest you do that. Let's chat. Other thing, quickly signing off now, the Circle community. I have a brand new community and I'm inviting you. Come and join us in there. It's all just a few members at the moment, private invite only, but I'm inviting all of you here on YouTube. So please make use of that Linktree link. Selection number 1 is the online community, and slowly but surely we'll build it up, and I'm just sharing in there, and more, and most definitely more and more of my content will go in there. I talk about different things in there, but I'll be putting all my Egypt stuff in there as well. There is the Heka Codes Masterclass in there, which is a free thing. So go have a look, see. Anyway, there's my offerings, there's my sharings. Love y'all. Thank you for watching. This video wasn't any shorter than the video I recorded before. Whatever. Peace.